Interblops, good to see you. Anna here, your dead body that rocks the party, and this is I Played a Thing Monster Party. We are getting fairly close on the end of the game. I don't remember with complete confidence how many levels there are, but I want to say there's one more after this one. So, we should probably finish up today, and if there's time left over, we can maybe get started on the Japanese version. So, let's get this show on the road. Bonk. 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 This is a little awkward because there's really not a safe place to stand in this gentleman's patrol path, where I can just hit him from the end of it like I usually prefer to do. Ah, there we go. Oh, that was careless. Let's see if we can... Ah! Oh, dear! Try and get Jason killed here quickly before we take too many more hits. I'll try and find a safe way to get my hits in on Bouncy Pink Thing here. Somewhat easier said than done. Whew, I gotta tell you, I can be a somewhat active sleeper sometimes. And I don't know what weird position I slept in last night or how I managed to contort myself, but I am in a whole lot of pain. So I'm actually sitting in kind of an unnatural position right now just because it's the only one that doesn't cause me tremendous amounts of agony. Shouldn't interfere with my playing too much, though. This level is unique in two respects. First, it is the only one with flip scrolling, as opposed to normal scrolling. I think I'm in an okay... There we go, yeah. Yeah, it's vertical scrolling, and it doesn't scroll vertically in the normal way, it does one screen at a time. It is also unique in one other respect, which may be a bug. I'm not entirely certain. It doesn't seem like it should be intentional. If it is, it's a very strange bit of design. But I really couldn't tell you for sure. And we will see that soon, and hey, we get a bird. Just in time for our first door. Hi, Royce. Ah, he's Royce and he rolls. I see what you did there, Monster Party. Ha! How about that, Pink Thing? This will make Jason a little easier to deal with, too. He's a little bit erratic. Well, being able to shoot him from a distance is a very welcome thing indeed. Well, we got a Burt recharge, and there's a door here, which makes me think we are about to encounter our second boss. Nope, but we are invited to come again. What a polite mechanical tower. You know what? I'm just moving on. They might have hearts, but I want to keep a move on. Don't want to lose my Burt. Oh, I would have got a recharge anyway. Oh well. The important thing is, we are welcomed to the entrance to hell. Isn't that nice? And our Grim Reaper here has actually rather quite troublesome projectiles, even if you're Burt. Fortunately, he too does not have a whole lot of health. Being marked there, I'm not sure if that would actually be better. The projectiles, batting them back actually seems like it might work fairly well against that guy, but I couldn't tell you for sure off the top of my head. You will notice I now have the key, and that's the weird thing about this level. I have the key, but that wasn't actually the last boss of the stage. Game's not being too stingy with the health pickups, that's really, really appreciated. Especially if I keep doing things like that. As I seem inclined to do. Oh, hey, a Burt recharge out of the question mark. Fabulous, exactly what I needed. I could still use some more health, but we'll see if the game is cooperative on that front. Come on, Elephant Man, help me out. Well, it's not a heart, which I could use more, but I'll take a Burt recharge. Now, before I go into this door, I'm going to want to drop a save state. Let's do that. Good. Oh, it's a come again anyway. Now we'll go ahead and take our Burt recharge again, so we can continue on with him. Perhaps this is the remaining boss. In the event of, we shall save state one more time, and head on in. Oh, it's the sequel! I'll suck all your blood again! And he's even got a little Roman numeral 2 on his back. How about that? In all other respects, though, aside from the palette swap of both the monster and the projectiles, this is exactly the same as the previous giant spider. Got a health up, that's nice. But, take a look at the lower right there. What happened to our key? Yeah, you have to fight 2 bosses to get the key on this level. Any 2 will do, it doesn't matter which ones. But if you fight a 3rd boss, you lose the key. I think this may actually make the level unbeatable. But it may also be possible that you can go back to a previous boss, and it'll be respawned to fight again. Let me check my work on that. Nope. Once you've lost your key, the bosses do not respawn, so it does in fact render the level unbeatable. Hope you saved your password. Or that you have save states. Which fortunately I do. So yeah, I'm guessing that is probably a bug, but who knows. Oop, that was extremely careless. And I don't really see any benefit in trying to get hearts from these guys. So I will take an unnecessary hit, head out the exit, and get my little life boost. Not as much as perhaps I would hope, but we're still above half. Could be worse. We'll go ahead and save that state once again, and proceed to round 8. I think this is probably the last one, but I'll know it when I see it. Yes, this is Endgame. And interestingly, you have to go left at the beginning to get to the first door. Now, if that is the boss that I think it is, it would be very good to have Burt here. So let me see if I can get myself a pill and then head back. I'll take a heart, that's not bad. There we go. Those firecracker things come at you very quickly. But the good news is, all you have to do is whack them once, even if you're just Mark. Watch out, baby! Squilla, what are you doing here? Space Harrier is that way. Anyway, the dragon here, as it is simply known in the manual, is a real pain in the dick. Its movement is somewhat erratic, but does tend to zero in on you pretty good. Oh, I walked right into that. Why did I do that? Yeah, avoiding damage against the dragon, just a very difficult thing. And it does not have any projectiles, so there's really no advantage to being Mark. Just gotta be Burt, kill it as fast as you can, and hope for the best. Of course, it's always possible there's a better strategy that I'm not hip to. One thing that can be tricky about being Burt here with respect to the firecrackers is having that spread shot, you might actually miss when they fly in between. Face my wrath. If I recall correctly, this monster is known in the manual as Hand Creature. I guess it has a lot of hands, although the thing doesn't overall look like a hand itself. Not sure what I would call it. Nice little yoga pose, though. And it just spams flying fists at you. Mark can handle that reasonably well by reflecting. But he'll still probably take some hits because the projectiles do come pretty fast and thick. I think I can reflect Witchy-Poo's sparkles there. Not entirely certain. My health is now below half, which doesn't make me entirely happy. Oh. I forgot all about this. I think we can actually kill the constellation, unintuitive as that may seem. Try to do it without getting hurt too much. Not working out for me. I need to get one of those sharp upward reflects, and trying it is, really getting me fucked up. I may actually take an L here. Well, we're gonna skip out on that door right now. There is, I believe, one remaining boss on this level. Oh, maybe we'll try it now. There is one remaining boss on this level, I believe, and it is one that Mark has a very bad time with, so we definitely want some bird on us. But not in here. Oh, just stopped it. Come on, game, give me some health. And here is what I believe to be our final boss for the final stage, aside from the end boss, of course. We are naturally going to have one of those, and oh boy, it's time for Mark's soup. Well, a damn good thing we're Bert then. This is Snake Man. And Snake Man has no projectiles, so being Mark is really not helpful in any way. He charges back and forth across the floor at a very high rate of speed, and he will wreck your shit quickly. I haven't counted damage pips or anything, but it seems like he hurts a lot from my previous experience. Maybe it's just that you take damage so fast because he moves so fast. I couldn't tell you if it's per hit or overall or what. I just remember that he can hurt you quite a bit. Not a whole lot to him, he mostly just zooms back and forth like this. He can reverse direction if the spirit moves him. There we go. And we have our key. We are also in very poor condition, which is not something that makes me terribly optimistic for the end boss. So we may take a death. We'll see. Can't remember for sure if it's actually possible to fully kill the constellation, so I am not going to take too much time on it. We're just going to continue, and hope to not take more... hope to not take more hits. Oh dear, am I even going to make it to the end boss? Come on, give me a question. No question. Oh! Oh, I just noticed. I don't think I ever noticed it before, but the firecracker, I think, is not actually just a firecracker. There's a little tiny ghost holding up a giant firecracker. At least I think that's what I'm seeing. I really don't think I ever noticed that before. Okay, did not even make it to the end boss. And Bert becomes Mark once again in death. Let's try that again. We'll try to do this legitimately, but if I have to farm health, I can do that. Alright, Squill, let's see if I can drop you a little faster this time. Not a good start. Ugh. Oh god, this is bad. Oh! Okay, there's a heart right there. I am going to farm. It's not exactly brave, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'll see you in just a bit. So here's something I didn't know. Monster Party actually appears to have anti-farming in it. I don't know if this is something I managed to forget, or if I just never actually did all that much health farming, but it only works so many times. Even if you have a guaranteed heart drop, eventually if you just keep cycling through the same enemy over and over, they will actually stop dropping it after a certain number of repetitions. Well. Nothing real special to do about hand creature there, as before. Just gotta try and kill it quickly. I think I'm gonna actually wait a second to deburt here. I think it actually makes the firecracker ghosts a little bit easier. And if I recall correctly, there will be a Burt pill before the Snake Man. Ah. Stuff like that's not going to help me any. Not even giving me any question marks, not even a chance at some health. I believe this should be Snake Man. We'll try not to get hit this time. If you're careful with Bird and give yourself, enough room to deal with the turnarounds, which I'm not doing. This can go better. Yeah, we'll take our Bird pill, what the hell. It'll let us fly above the constellation at least, and not worry about taking a hit. I don't think there are any guaranteed health drops at this point, which is bad news for me. Especially if I do things like that. Come on, Monster Party, have a heart. Literally, please. No, not like that. Okay, I can scroll a little bit past the door here. Maybe there's... Nope, it actually stops abruptly. Alright then. 1 health. I think we will get our end-of-level health bump. It's a small thing, but I think we will get it. Let's hope so. And we do. That is still less health than I'd like to take on the end boss with, but I don't remember the end boss being especially hard, so fingers crossed. Yep, we sure did beat everybody. Sometimes messily, but we did it. Beat me and you can leave. And hopefully we will also save Monsterland, because that's what we were hoping to do. Come and die. That I think I'll try not to. I do like that we have a border of eyeballs all looking inward at us. It'd be even creepier if they tracked our motion, but sadly they do not. And you see pretty much all there is to the boss here. He just spams semi-tracking eyeballs, which I'm doing terrible at timing my hits against. And every now and then that eyeball in its nose will appear. And that's what you have to hit. That went poorly. Alright, I'm going to cut out my return to the end boss, and hopefully I'll get there in slightly better condition this time. Well, that certainly worked out a lot better. And you can see my new strategy, or probably my old strategy because it does feel familiar from the past, of fighting Snake Man. And that is, don't rush Snake Man. Don't worry about your Burt time, you will have enough. Just float out of range, pick your shots when he's far away, get them in when you can, and you should be fairly safe. And overall, you can see that I'm doing a lot better with health in general. Did okay with the dragon and the hand creature, and got a couple of lucky question marks. from empty rooms and defeated bosses. So, that certainly helped out. Now, there were actually a few edited out attempts at the end boss. They didn't work out for me well at all. I was trying to use the Mark approach of reflecting his eyeball projectiles back at him. Oh, darn it. Don't start with the unnecessary hits now. I know in the past I was able to get a rhythm down for that, and it worked out quite well for me, but I seem to have lost that ability in my advancing years. So what I'm going to do instead is try and get there with a Burt pill, which I'm pretty sure there is one of along the way, and just do a damage race. Fingers crossed. It'll be an ugly way to win, but it will be a win regardless. That's what I needed. Now let's try and get there without taking any more... Well, so much for not getting any unnecessary... Oh, dear God. Okay, just gotta bear in mind, I'm still getting there a lot healthier than I have previously. I beat everybody, again. That's the plan. That is not the plan. Yeah, just gotta hope Burt's lasers can do enough damage in the times that the eye is open here that I manage to get enough hits in before I run out of Burt time to either kill it or close to it. Come on, come on. Hey! Mark destroyed the monsters. Burt gave him a gift. Oh, thanks, Burt. Glad to help out. And Mark went home. He excitedly opened the box. A beautiful princess came out. And Mark is well pleased. But suddenly, the princess became a monster, and more monsters followed her. Oh God. This took a bad turn quick. Mark was scared and screamed, and I don't blame him in the slightest. Ah! My sentiments exactly. Dear God, for a victory, this turned dark. Mark was awakened by his mom. You'll be late. It was a dream. Oh, it was all a dream. Not only is that a cliché, I wanted to have my adventure in Monster World, damn it. I'm leaving. Mark opened the door. Burt was there. He whispered to Mark, "Let's go again." So that, my friends, is Monster Party. I still think it's a pretty neat game. I said earlier that it's not a very hard game, and for the most part I stand by that, but the last level gets a lot nastier than I thought. I'm actually a little disappointed in the way the last level gets harder, in that the dragon almost feels like RNG, Just getting your hits in and not getting whacked by it too many times seems pretty much a matter of luck with respect to what its movement patterns end up being. And, yeah, the end boss, just damage racing him as Bert seems to work so much better than actually trying to do it properly. Overall, I think it's a fairly weak part of the game, but goddamn that ending. And let's go again, huh? Well, I imagine the chances of it at this point in history are fairly slim, but I know Human Entertainment, a lot of people from there, ended up in Spike Chunsoft. So, Spike Chunsoft, if you ever want to do a Monster Party 2, I'm there. And it looks like none of the buttons respond at this point. You just really have to reset or power down the system. And I think we have maybe about 10-15 minutes left for a decent length episode, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on over to the Japanese proto for Parody World Monster Party, and we will get started on that. See you there! Welcome to the Parody World! Right off the bat, we see, as I mentioned, that Audrey no longer looks like a pitcher plant, but is the classic Venus flytrap style. And that spider, that whole spider was a face, and that kinda creeped me out. Looks like good old shrimp attack is the same as ever. I do observe that the entire background is bloody, as opposed to the sort of slime color that we had in the NES version. And the copyright notice this time is Shinsei. Oh wow. Medusa looks a little nastier too, and she doesn't have a snake body. Interesting. Yeah, Shinsei is a company I actually don't know much about. We are now Hiroshi instead of Mark. Not sure what the character on his shirt there is. Something to do with his name, perhaps. Other than that, the intro seems more or less the same so far. Aside from being in Japanese, of course. As I mentioned in the first episode, in the Japanese version, Bert's name is Varyu. Which does sound a little more hardcore, I suppose, but not as amusing as Bert. I have half a mind to just skip over this, but I'm not sure if there are going to be any other differences in the intro. I suspect not, but if there are, I don't want to miss them. And it doesn't take too long to just zoom through this. This almost seems like it might be a little wordier. If there's anyone who could say, one way or the other, who is fluent in Japanese or close enough to it, I am very curious. And stage 1. Everything looks normal so far. Immediate Bert pill, or should I say Varyu pill. And there's Audrey. And this time we can see the microphone and the speaker, both of which were painted out before, not actually removed. You will recall we could actually stand on the non-visible speaker. Looks like Audrey's up for a little karaoke. Oh, musical notes instead of the bubbles. They really went all out with the musical theme. I think if there's any question about this being an Audrey 2 parody, we can pretty much put it to rest. Took quite a few hits, too, more than I would have expected. We were reflecting projectiles back with Mark, which I think at the beginning of the game with Bert's basic laser does do more damage. Not positive of that, but I believe that may be the case. So maybe we were killing Audrey faster the first time around, but I'm really not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he had gotten a little bit of a health bump. Nobody home? Ah, those generous health pickups. I sure missed you in the last stage of the English version. Hey, Torigarin. We can watch you die in your native tongue. No question marks. I wonder if they're randomized now, or if they were not added at the time of the proto. I'll get on ground level, that may help a little bit here. The giant Hanawa tree has its usual effect. I am not surprised by that. Oh, but the music is still the same. We got spooky music here in the NES version. In Parody World Monster Party, not so much. That was a good change for the English version. I think that was the right call. Do you have anything good for me? Yes, you have a Burt pill. That is worth the hit. Especially because I think we have the Pumpkin Ghost coming up. And the Pumpkin Ghost is not much fun as... Hello? Oh my god, we've got a Planet of the Apes reference! Marvelous! Some of these I had no idea about. And wow, that was some damage. We perhaps should play this one a little more cautiously. Oh, and it pauses to give you the key. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm getting the impression I should probably not try damage races to quite the same extent as I did in the released version. Definitely want to get as many of those hearts as I can. Hopefully the game will have a couple more of them for me. You know what, since that one's so near a door, maybe I'm going to try and farm that a bit. Nope, that's not a good idea. The man-faced dog is kind of going in the wrong direction, and there is the flaming schoolboy right there. I assume that's a schoolboy. I'm still not entirely sure what the deal is there. You know, I wonder if the proto is going to have the anti-farming thing. Well, let's find out. Oh! Is it anti-farming immediately? Yeah, you can't farm health at all. Parody World does not fuck around. No health bump? Do you shit me? Oh my god! I hope I'm gonna be able to finish this! Clearly, Monster Party Domestic Edition got a little rebalancing. Whether that's entirely for the better or not, I leave up to you folks. But I can say, I'm a little concerned about actually finishing the game now. Don't tell me it doesn't let you continue. The way things are going so far, that actually wouldn't shock me. And there is the redesigned Medusa, who is more of a Medusa this time, not so much a Lamia. And she gives us a little heart. Still got Tsuchinoko? Still got Tsuchinoko. They don't hit her feet, though. We'll need to get them in the air a bit. You know what? I don't like that idea. Let's just beat the crap out of her and hope we can deflect enough of the Tsuchinoko to not take a ton of damage here. That could have been worse, I suppose. I think what I'm going to try and do is get through this level. And that's where we will call it an episode. Thank God for bird pills. They are an object of great value in the first version of the game we played through. They are going to be even more so in this one, I believe. Oh, come on, game. Give me some health. Really gonna need it. Thank you. Asked and answered. Wow, these take a lot of hits if you don't have a reflected projectile. Okay, question marks are in the game. They are apparently far scarcer, but they are still a thing. Good to know. Oh, that was careless of me. And we're shooting facehuggers! Yeah, they really went all out with the parody thing in Parody World, appropriately enough. Oh, can't make mistakes in this one. I don't know what's in that door. This could go badly. Nothing. Let's see, right by the alien egg, too. That's a bit mean. And there's that stickiness with the down on my controller again. It appears the facehugger launches aren't quite as proximity-oriented in the current version of the game we're playing. They fire them from farther away sometimes, at least that's the impression I'm getting. Well, they're still somewhat proximity triggered. There we go. Health is good. Is this door good? Oh, come on. Down. Nothing. I do hope Shrimp Attack ends up being more or less the same and about as easy to fight, because it is a boss normally that is pretty easy to avoid taking damage against for the most part, and in this version of the game, that is looking like a valuable thing indeed. Oh, too close. Seriously, can't be making these mistakes in the unforgiving Parody world. And I need a bird pill. There we go. I think that might be the haunted well, and I don't want to fight the haunted well without a pill. So we'll see if we can scrounge one up without having to backtrack too egregiously. Oh, wrong way. No. No! There we go. Gator, you got a pill for me? No, you sure don't. Come on, game. Help me out here. Throw me a bone. Throw me some drugs. Well, that could have been a bird. At least in this version, I suppose that can still be a bird. I don't really know that for sure. There's a nothing. Ah. No! No! Oh, with respect to getting a bird pill before that door back there, I think that's an SOL kind of situation for me, so we are going to go ahead and scoot on back. And do it the hard way if we must. Okay, it looks like it's not completely impossible to farm health, maybe. Maybe. How exactly it works out in this version, I have yet to determine. Oh, it's shrimp attack. Oh, my down! My down! Betrayed by my down! Okay, and it makes the burp thing wearing off sound when you hit it. That's weird. Once again, if anyone knows enough Japanese to give us an idea of what shrimp attack is saying at the beginning of the fight, I am very curious indeed, because it looked a little more involved than look out baby, here I come. Okay, I screwed up a bit because my down diagonal betrayed me, but shrimp attack, still the same, still pretty easy to avoid damage. Thank goodness for small favors. Okay. Seems I can farm health from that gator. Couldn't do it earlier before. Maybe that one was a random drop. I'm not entirely certain that all health drops are entirely consistent. We've certainly seen there are consistent ones, but there may be random drops as well. I am not entirely sure. Oh, yeah, down is really going to hell. Next episode, I'm going to have to break out a different controller. Fortunately, I am able to do so. Pretty sure that door was in nothing, but did the reverse mermaid have anything here? Gotta be cautious. Nope, nothing. Fair enough. Looking at the clock, this episode might end up running a little long. But you can handle it, can't you, Interblops? Pill! Gotta hustle. If I hold straight down, it doesn't seem to be too bad. The down diagonals are where my controller is giving me the major problems here. Ah, 1, 2, 10. Yep, that's the story. A little more true to the source material, so to speak, than time to do some damage. Don't know what all that said, but I can tell that much. Worried about my bird time, but don't want to just damage race there, because that is so dangerous in this game. But we're out of bosses. I need no longer fear doors. And pray for pills. Oh! I just kind of completely lost my shit there. I'm not sure what exactly happened to my hand-eye coordination. Or more accurately, hand-brain coordination. That's what really failed there. Since the reverse mermaids have reliable patrol paths, I am going to stop to kill all of them. Just in case I get a little bit of a health bump, because I need as many of those as I can get. I really, really hope health farming is going to work often enough to let me finish this game, because I don't like my odds of finding a working patch code for a Japanese prototype. But who knows, maybe they're out there. All the same, I shall not resort to them unless I really have to, either way. Oh, I keep expecting to see that welcome little ding 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 of getting a little bonus health for completing the stage, but not happening. And we find ourselves back in the spooky cave with the neat little music loop, and I think that is where we're going to hang it up for today. Huh. Very interesting. Parody World Monster Party has some mechanical differences as well as some cosmetic differences, most of which lean toward making it harder, I see. But cosmetic differences, there are some that I was not expecting, like the actual facehugger projectile, the Planet of the Apes boss. I don't know what else there's going to be in this game that I had no clue about, but I'm really looking forward to finding out. Just hoping that I'll actually be able to get there halfway competently. Well then, folks, I think I have rapped at you enough for one day. As ever, I thank you for watching, and it has been a pleasure seeing the sights with you, especially the new sights. And I'll be looking forward to our further explorations of the Parody World next episode. Until then, this is signing off. Today's Nightmare Fuel has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Jirogue, Martin Schoenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argomach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Dan Larson, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Meiyan Ling, Renaman, Fate Everywhere, Rio, TJA, Sparkazile Lefzer, and other maniacal patrons. Your support, as ever, is immensely appreciated and immensely helpful. You're very kind, and I'm very grateful. Of course, I'm not gonna forget about all you good folks out there in subscriber, commenter, and all-around viewer land. Thank you for making this little corner of the YourTubes a much more colorful place. Fine weather and smooth sailing, everyone, and I'll see you real soon. Hello out there, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good time, and I've been glad to have you. If you enjoyed this video, new subscribers always brighten my day, and if you really dig my stuff and would like to support me on Patreon, I shall be very grateful indeed. You're also invited to go with the stream every Friday at twitch.tv/unplayedathing. Thank you again, and have a good one.